This year, 2040, late summer. Therapist C went to see his client at the shelter, as usual, during the morning. But what unusual about today is the shelter manager told him that usually their capacity is 20 people. However, there are suddenly 300 individuals arrived there last night. The facility manager said, "We don't know what's happened last night. There were suddenly 300 homeless came to our facility, and a lot of people had needle hole on their hand." Therapist C said, "Really? OMG, have you seen my client come here?" Facility manager said, "Yes, he is right there." Therapist C, when approached the male client, Therapist C said, "You must be using again last night." Male client said, "Ha ha ha, of course. Last night was crazy. So many people were drinking, and there were a random individual wore brown hoodie and cover his face while came gave me needle. And I think I insert the needle to my arm. Haha." Therapist C said, "Please do not use anymore. You will kill yourself one day." The client said, "I still have the needle here," and he picked up the needle, trying to insert the needle to the Therapist C. Therapist C stopped him and said, "You are crazy." Therapist C said, "Last time you told me that you want to change. You want to do something better." Client said, "I know. I have been saying this for my whole life, haha." The client, avoidant and unwilling of want to change, have taken him away from sources of meaningful satisfaction to the point where he has difficulties identifying what he cares about beside keep avoiding the situations. The client said, "It's extremely hard for me to change. You know, part of me wants to run and hides. It's painful. Ha 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 ha. This is the world I live right here. In fact, you are right about last time during our session, Therapist C. All I do is running and hiding." Therapist C said, "Then let's not trying to make change right now, even if we don't quite know what to do, and you don't want me to rescue you. Instead, let's walk on solving the problem together, even if it is hard for you to achieve that." Therapist C finished the session and left the facility 10 days after. Therapist C said, "I guess I don't need to pay tax this year. I can't believe it's just 10 days. Everything changed. People are disappearing, and I am with you at the car." Male client said, "Yes. We both get bite by other humans. The other doctor, one nurse, one scientist, and the facility manager also inside the car. Everyone get bite by other humans." Therapist C said, "Let's drive to the lab where they talked about. Maybe we can get some medicines." The doctor said, "Let's go now." The nurse said, "I don't feel well." The facility manager said, "I want to puke." They drive for 30 minutes and finally arrive to the lab. The facility manager's eye turned red before getting into the lab, and he died. The doctor, Therapist C, nurse, and scientists and client went inside the lab, but they couldn't find the medicine. Just after 10 more minutes, the doctor and nurse, both of their eyes turned red and passed away. The scientists, Therapist C and client, got very scared. They looked at the lab research and found out why human bite human and how the virus spreading. An individual ate a rabbit and infected by a strange cell. The cell does not have nucleolus and RNA, thus nor vaccine can cure the virus. This person becomes crazy, lost consciousness, and kill others. After they found out the truth, they saw the client's arm's needle hole, and it matched to the shape of the vaccine shape. Just after they saw that, the scientist's eye also turned red and died. therapist C said, "Wow, life really gives me a joke. Ahaha, I should let you give me that needle injection 10 days ago. Ahaha." The therapist C.I. were full of tears because he knows he will die soon. The client shouted at the therapist and said, "Please don't leave me alone." The therapist C passed away with the tears on his eyes. The client got scared and said, "I am alone now." He rushed to find the key and ran out from the lab. He turned on the car engine while looking at the hole on his right arm needle sign. He feels relieved. He thinks that needles actually save his life. He thinks that person who wore a brown hoodie making a big joke on him, and maybe he is trying to save him that night, but he didn't know why he wants to save him. He knows he couldn't think too much about that right now, but he telling himself that I am going to drive to the next place to see if there are any survivors.